do you make it a habit of entering one's home without knocking first? And look at this. You didn't even wipe your feet on the mat outside. You do understand that it's not simply there for decoration, yes? Not only that, you ignored all the signs outside. They were put there by the locals ages ago. Unless you cannot read, in which case I apologize for the confusion, and I shall repeat them to you. There is a beware sign, a death ahead sign, and a stay the hell away from this house sign. I hope this has cleared any misunderstandings. Yes. I suppose I should introduce myself. I am a ghost. If you can't tell, then why ask? Oh, my name. It has been decades since someone last asked my name. All the people that come here usually run and scream at the first sight of me. But not you. You barely seem phased. Do you see ghosts often? Are you perhaps involved in the occult in some way or other? Oh, you love scary movies. I'm not surprised. A lot of the previous visitors are fans of those, which is why they come here. I hear them talking about it every time they come through these doors. I've never actually watched one, as they did not exist while I was alive, but I think I understand the concept of moving pictures. They were invented a few years after my death. 1891, if I'm not mistaken. If you ask me, though, wouldn't watching those horror movies be the reason to make someone stay away from places such as these? What do I mean? Isn't obvious? A lonely, old, and decrepit mansion in the middle of nowhere, with countless of dark legends surrounding it. Come to think of it, it might actually have been built in a burial ground of sorts. Well, if you believe the rumors, that is. Ah yes, you asked my name. You can call me Beatrice. I guess I am a bit curious as to why you're here. Perhaps curiosity, to see if the legends are true. You are here because of a dare. I should have known. Do you want to prove to your friends how strong and fearless you are? I guess that is one way to do it. Though, if you ask me, even if you do prove something to them, are you really happy with doing things just to please others or get acknowledged by them? You seem hesitant. Is there another reason, perhaps? Oh, your friends are teasing you a lot. And you're hoping they will stop if you prove you're brave. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't particularly like alive people in my mansion. But if there is a kind I despise more That's bullies. Aren't they though? When I was alive, my friends tried to make me happy and comfortable, and yours don't seem to do the same. Not if they send you in a place like this, against your will. Very well. I shall allow you to stay here until midnight. You don't seem likely to make trouble. I appreciate that. Oh yes. Since my death, I have had so many people come to this house to cause trouble. It was fun, scaring them in the beginning. But now I've grown jaded. I just want to be left alone. There is a giant library on the west wing. If I concentrate, I can move objects. So I spend a lot of my time there. I believe I have read every book there at least twice. Well, that would be nice, but I can't exactly pop to a shop and buy a few more. Besides, I can't move far from the place of my death. So it's just me here, all the time, all alone. Oh, don't make that face. I actually do enjoy my time alone. My books keep me plenty of company. I would be lying, though, if I said that sometimes I don't miss the company of others. But as I mentioned, most see me and run away and scream. They don't really stay to chat. It's a shame as well. I have so many stories to tell. What stories? Are you interested, little fleshling? Oh, I have so many stories to tell. Come, this way. Oh, would you like some tea? I think there's some left in the cupboard. No? Might be better that way, honestly. Come to think of it, it's been hundreds of years since my parents bought it, and I'm pretty sure it's growing things. Come sit with me, next to the fireplace. Of course it's not lit. There aren't any logs to create a fire, so it will have to stay like that. You're a student, are you not? You must be used to not being able to afford basic amenities. Just imagine the flames raging and you'll be warm in no time. If all else fails, run around the room a few times and that should do the trick. Oh, what's with that glare? Anyway, the armchairs are high quality, so they must be in good condition still. Now, let me think of some of the stories. Oh yes, there was a group of teenagers that also came here 20 years ago or so. They tragically died. Me? Why would I kill a bunch of teenagers in my mansion? There's always a chance they come back and haunt the place with me. And there are a few things that make me shiver in horror more than constant company. Oof. I appreciate the quietness. Oh, what happened to them? Well, they decided to come here on a full moon with a thick old leather book that had a chain over it, and on the cover, with red letters, were the words, "Don't open." What do you think happened? Yeah, if I'm honest, I don't know either. The details escape me at the moment, and I didn't stick around to find out. I went back to sleep for a bit, and when I was back there was a bloody mess here, and 6 new bodies that, thank God, didn't come back as ghosts. And the room, you should have seen it. It was like they made a sacrifice or something in there. Perhaps they did. I don't think it worked out in their favor, though. Oh, the book itself? I think it fell down a few floors. Last time I checked, it was under some rumble, and the chain was wrapped around it again. When I went near it, I swear I could hear horrible whispers coming from it. So I left it alone. I wouldn't get it if I were you. Seriously, why did they think it was gonna happen? I get similar visitors occasionally, especially this time of the year, which is why I wasn't surprised you came here. People, especially young ones, come here either for a dare and to prove something, or they just want a good scare. They usually bring with them mysterious, I think they're called VHS tapes or Ouija boards, and try their luck. Sometimes nothing happens and they leave disappointed. Sometimes I decide to play along and give them a good scare, and they usually don't return. And sometimes the item they brought with them works a bit too well, but never in their favor. Usually they die immediately, or get cursed, or they bring something to life and it follows them home, never with good results. But you, I can tell, you really didn't want to be here. Why did you do this? I understand the dare part. But why would you go along with people that make your life miserable and uncomfortable? I understand deep down we are all social creatures and have a need to get along with each other. But don't you think you deserve better people to hang around with? Why can't you leave them? Certainly you might not have friends for a while, but are bad friends better than no friends? Only you can decide that. What else? Oh, for a decade there was a duchess that stayed here for some time. She bought the place and used it as a holiday mansion. She was hoping to renovate, but before she could do that, she tragically died. Whilst he was alive, she ended the lives of her husbands. She had 4, I believe. She pushed one of them off the stairs. She poisoned the second one, and the third one. Oh, that was a gruesome one. The police claimed it was an accident. But answer me this. How can one trip and fall on a knife as insisted, and closed the case very quickly. Finally, her fourth husband, oh, he was a clever one. He knew what she was doing. Before she could get him, he took her on their honeymoon in a lake not far from here. She wasn't seen again. And he sold the house and left as quickly as possible. The ownership of this place has changed over the decades, but no one stayed too long. Tragedy always seemed to find them within these walls, and it had very little to do with me, I assure you. Oh, let me keep some of my secrets. You have another question for me? And what would that be? I thought you'd never ask on the manner of my death. I would love to tell you more about it, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a bit past midnight, which would make your dare officially and successfully completed. And look at that, you're still alive and well. Who would have thought? You know, this actually wasn't so bad after all, for you or me. If you ever want to come back, feel free to do so. Not too soon, though. This interaction took a lot out of me. However, as I said, I don't mind seeing you again. Perhaps, if you really want to get on my good side, you can get me some books to read. I'll read anything. But I would love it if I read some more scary things. I am morbidly curious to see what this century's authors can bring to life with their imagination. Great to hear. Oh, and if your friends ever hurt you and you want to give them a good scare, bring them here. I'm sure I can arrange something special for them.